Hi, boys and girls, it's Mrs. Batliner, and I would like to read another story for you. Man, every time I pick out a story, I find it and love it better than the last one. So this one is called Dirty Joe the Pirate, a true story. It is written by Bill Harley, and the pictures are by Jack E. Davis. So think about it. If the words are by Bill Harley is what? That's right. He is the author. And if it says pictures by Jack E. Davis is the what? Yes, he is the illustrator. So let's learn about Dirty Joe and why he's called Dirty Joe. Remember, this is the dedication page to my old pal, Richard Walton, and all the other pirates at Pawtuxet Cove. And our illustrator dedicated it to little Hugo, who often searches for pirates while walking with Grandma J after preschool. Look at him. What a great illustration. Look at his little pinky with the ring on it. Out upon the briny deep, where the wild and wet winds blow, there sailed a cruel and evil man, the pirate Dirty Joe. He sailed upon the scummiest craft that ever left the docks. He roamed the world and 7 seas in search of dirty socks. Oh, that's why he's called Dirty Joe. What does he search for? Ew, gross. He's looking for dirty socks. Look at that middle pirate. That's a great illustration. His one good eye surveyed the seas, searching for some ship, and when he spied a boat out there, he'd sneer and lick his lips. All hands on deck, he'd order. There's treasure to be had. He'd shake his one fist in the air and laugh like he were mad. Boys and girls, can you shake your fists and go, ha, 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 ha? Look at all the dirty socks that are on the string. So there he is. What do you notice about the people on that ship that are tied up? Yeah, they don't have any socks on. They're barefoot. He'd fire a cannon, cross their bow, and board the other craft. Then make the crew take off their shoes, and with a horrid laugh, he'd tie the sailors all up tight and rob them of their socks. Then leave their ship a-floundering to run upon the rocks. The socks he took from other ships, you'd be surprised to learn. He tied up upon his rigging's line that stretched from bow to stern. They'd flap and fluttered in the breeze, 500 little flags, and the smell that those old socks gave off was enough to make you gag. So look at all the socks. Look at that one poor pirate on the end. He looks like he's going to gag. Look at the bird. What do you notice about the bird? Yeah, that bird is an example of gagging right there. Till one day as he sailed his ship somewhere near Mandalay, his lookout spied another boat beating across the bay. Aha, said Joe, let's get that boat. We'll catch her now by thunder. For sure as I am Dirty Joe, there's socks there we can plunder. The pirates cheered and set the sails to catch up with their prey. They sharpened up their knives and swords. Their boat danced in the spray. But suddenly the cheering stopped. The wind, it gave a moan. For on the other ship there flew a flag of skull and bones. Who would fly a boat with a flag that has skulls and bones on it? I think another pirate. Uh-oh, now look at them. They're like, ooh, maybe we shouldn't go over there. From mast to mast, from bow to stern, flying everywhere, there flapped and snapped 500 pairs of pilfered underwear. Boxers big and boxers small, with stripes and polka dots, and tighty-whities hung there too, like the one your grandpa's got. Oh my goodness, so what did this boat take? Yeah, Dirty Joe took the socks, but this boat took underwear. Oh my goodness, look at all the underwear that they have there. Who do you think's going to win the struggle? Do you think Dirty Joe is going to get the socks? Or do you think these guys are going to end up getting their underwear? I'm not quite sure. Lined up on that other deck, armed with swords and knives, was a sight that made the men all shake and fear for their own lives. 100 pirate women waved their daggers and their swords, and a woman pirate captain yelled, "Girls, let's climb aboard!" So if you notice, boys and girls, this is a ship of girl pirates, and they're stealing all the underwear, and the boy pirates are stealing all they're taking all the socks. Look at the pirates. "It's Stinky Annie," someone said, "and her band of smelly varmints. She captures every boat she can and takes their undergarments." "Then all is lost," another said. "We haven't got a chance. You can't be a pirate if you don't have underpants." "You lily-livered lunks of lard," lashed out Dirty Joe. "What sort of pirates are you lads? That's what I want to know." "We'll show them. We'll take their ship. We'll tie them up," he roared. "We'll take their socks and sneakers too and throw them overboard." So, do you think Dirty Joe's going to win, or do you think Stinky Annie? Thumbs up if you think it's Stinky Annie. All right, thumbs down. Thumbs up if you think it's Dirty Joe. I still don't know. I'm going to say Stinky Annie. I think Stinky Annie wins. Let's see. The pirates there with Dirty Joe screamed and cheered and yelled. Someone blew a whistle. Someone rang the bell. Boys and girls, look at all those socks that they have taken. As the boats drew near, the pirates cursed and muttered, while 1,000 pairs of underwear and socks all flapped and fluttered. Oh my goodness. I told you this was a great story. And as their ships came closer still, Joe's men all could see that Stinky Annie was as scary looking as can be. Her mouth was twisted in a sneer, one arm was but a hook, and with her one good evil eye, she gave a withering look. So look what they're throwing. They're throwing hamburgers and baseballs and chicken legs. Look, they even threw soap. Aye, there's Stinky Annie. Do you think she's scary looking? I think she kind of is scary looking. Finally, the two ships met. On the waves they rocked. Get them now, boys, Joe cried out. Take off all their socks. But even as the men attacked the women waiting there, Stinky Annie called to her crew, "Girls, get their underwear!" I still don't know who's going to win. There they are. Look, they're fighting with brooms. I see a fly swatter. Can you see a fly swatter? Can you find the banana? I see a spatula and a wooden spoon. Can you find the toaster? Excuse me. It was an awful battle, a loud and raucous fray. At first it seemed that Dirty Joe would win and have his way, until Joe's first mate noticed that Stinky Annie's crew all were fighting barefoot. They had no socks or shoes. So could Dirty Joe get their stuff? No, because they already didn't have on their shoes and socks. "What's the point?" a man called out. "Why make all this fuss? If we can't get their dirty socks, what's in it for us?" "No," screamed Joe, "don't give up now." But he spoke the words too late, and Stinky Annie and her crew quickly sealed their fate. So look, none of the women have on shoes or socks. So the boy pirates can't get any of them. Stinky Annie came aboard and cornered Dirty Joe. She said, "I want your boxers now, in case you didn't know." Then Dirty Joe looked up and said, "Before you have your fun, your face looks quite familiar. You remind me of someone." Boys and girls, who does she look like? So take a look at that. Look. Yeah, I think they look the same. Stinky Annie lowered her sword. They peered at one another. "Wait," she said. "I see it now. You're Joe, my little brother." "That's right," said Joe, "your sister Ann. You bounced me on your knee. Put down your sword, give up this fight. Please don't do this to me." Stinky Annie gave a smile. A tear came to her eye. All her crew looked in awe. They'd never seen her cry. "Little Joey, how are you?" she asked. "How have you been?" "I'm just fine, dear Sister Ann," he said and gave a grin. Look at the girls. They're like, "Oh no, it's her brother." Yeah, now you really can see how they look the same, especially their hair. "Good," said Annie, "that's great news." Her one eye shone and danced. "Now do just what I say, you squirt. I want your underpants." "But Annie, you're my sister," Joe blubbered and he whined. "Stow it, Joey," Annie said. "I haven't got the time." So even though it was her brother, did she still want the underpants? Yes, she did. "Just 'cause I'm your sister, it doesn't mean I care. I'm a pirate, that's my job. I want your underwear." So Dirty Joe surrendered and did what his sister said. And when he did, it's safe to say, more than his face was red. So look at, they all had to put barrels on because they didn't have any underwear. It's kind of funny. Stinky Annie sailed away, and still she roams the seas, with her brother's boxers high above, flapping in the breeze. And Dirty Joe, he sailed home, close to the Bay of Fundy. He's not a pirate anymore, because he has no undies. That's the finish of this tale. It's silly and it's done, but there's a lesson here that I'd impart to everyone. If you've got an older sister, then I feel bad for you, 'cause just as long as she's alive, she'll tell you what to do. So boys and girls that have older sisters, do they tell you what to do? I have an older sister, and she does tell me what to do. I hope you enjoyed this story. This was a great, great, fun story. So if you were a pirate and you had a pirate ship, what would you plunder? And that means, what would you take from the other pirate ships? Would you take their socks? Would you take their undies? Or would you take something different? I hope you enjoyed our story, and I will see you the next time.